Hi guys, so this video is about candlesticks. Okay, so I hope you have read the notes I sent you about candlesticks, so you will have a better understanding. Because in this video, I won't be able to explain you everything. I mean, there is books that they explain you everything. You will have to pause and think about it and so on. So if you haven't, please go back, read the books or as many notes as you can. I have read two books on candlesticks, and I have a much greater understanding. They were enlightening. Um, Candlesticks is one of the many ways of analyzing price. These candlesticks they were invented in Japan, and they were giving insights that in the West we were missing. Okay, so I will show you what is the difference. Okay, so firstly, what is a candlestick? Candlestick is red or green or red. Green it means that the price started lower and ended higher, and the red started higher and ended lower. There is also something called shadow, which means this line. It means that the price reached here, but retraced in this case, and at the bottom also. And those shadows, depending from the size, they have some meanings. One candlestick should never be taken as a proof of anything, but you should take a minimum of 3 candlesticks to indicate a trend, and it should be always placed into a context. Okay, a context in this case for cryptos is always event driven. So what are the events, the micro events, where are they going, and so on, because very likely that there is the high possibility that big players they make the market move and that they can manipulate the market, and they do it for many reasons. They do it to make you lose mostly, and so on. So the candlestick, let's say as an example, these 3 candlesticks, which are a good example, or these three they are even a better example. This is we are on the 4 hourly, and so we're starting here, and there is this candlestick is lower, and this candlestick is bigger, and this candlestick is even bigger. Okay, so it means there is a momentum that is increasing. So every 4 hours it has increased further and further and further until here the fourth candlestick on a row is much smaller, and there is a shadow, a longer shadow and a smaller shadow. That's a hammer. This is a possibility of a reversal in this case, or a possibility of a change in trajectory. Okay, so it's followed by a red candlestick. The red candlestick could mean a complete change, but as we said, you need to have 3 candlesticks on a row in order to make a decision. Yeah, and the following one is an engulfing candlestick, which is which indicates a completely change of trend again, and it keeps going on the up. So an engulfing candlestick is a candlestick that is much bigger than this one, and is basically undoes what was done before. So this candlestick here is much bigger than this, and it covers the entire of the shadow, and is on a positive trend again. So candlestick can indicate a momentum which you don't have if you look at charts. Okay, so let's see where we were. Okay, so um let's see, sorry, I've lost this. Okay, so just to see, let's make a line here. This is the line, so then we'll move to this. You don't have the same level of information. You don't have the information about the increase that we have, and the possible turn is very minimal. Yeah, and other examples of this. Let's see, let's go back here. So this is a massive candlestick. This is an important candlestick. Okay, so let's go back to lines. Okay, so if you go online here, it's going up. There is completely no changes. Is up is a positive trend, but with candlestick it gives us this. So let's move it a bit so you can see. Massive shadow. What does this mean? This is a war between people who are buying and people who are selling, and there was literally the opening and the close. They were at the same time, so it did not move. But here indicates us that there is a possibility, a massive possibility of a downturn, and a small possibility of an upturn. Okay, they managed to. Everyone was selling here up to here, yeah. So it went from around 43.72 to 40,300, and then it went. They managed to pull back up. So at this point, when I see those things, I will monitor. Like there is a possibility. In fact, if you go back here, on here, we have this red candlestick, which goes very close to that amount, and then is pulled back. Okay, the pullback is exactly wait, sorry guys. So this pullback, yeah, is here. So the candlestick, the price arrived here, reached here 40,669, and then was pulled back to 42,340. 42,340 is also here. There was a price that tried to break. This is another candlestick, and this is a support. Then is followed by another three candlestick which hit around there, and here we are again on that price range. So that was a support. Okay, so that was a support. So playing on support. So when we see this, let's go back here. So when you go on 4 hours on lower time frames, it becomes a bit complicated to understand, but you can have an understanding and then you can draw your own lines and so on. So here we go on 1 hour. On 1 hour, a lot more movements, a lot more movement. So here you can see there is a range here, was broken down. Here there's a new range and so on. So it might become a bit difficult to understand. So if you can't understand where the price is going on 4 hour, 1 hour, you can move higher. You can move on a daily. I'm gonna remove those. Okay, I'm gonna remove those. Remove. Okay, we can go here. Yeah, remove for drawing, so I can remove all the drawing in one go. On the daily, could be a bit confusing, and could be a bit hard to see the greater picture. Okay, but it's already much easier. So on the daily, we can see there isn't much of a movement as it was on 1 hour. It's been uphill from as far as we can see here, from 25 ups and downs normal. Another big up here in the region of, this is a big region, yeah, and then again more or less stabilize, small drops, and then here this was a big one, a big shadow, and then small drops. We dropped a bit. Small drops are normal, and they happen all the time. And then we have also previously, if we go back here, we were at 31 and we dropped it to 25, and then now we are going in the region of 44. So a drop doesn't mean necessarily a change of direction. So then we go back 25. Again, we had dropped from 31, and here we were on 19. Here we had reached 25, we dropped to 19, and so on. So let's look at the weekly. Is it better? So the weekly is going to be a lot less noise, and it's going to be much simpler to understand. Okay, weekly. So on the weekly it's clearer that the greater picture is this one was the bottom, final massive drop, stabilized above it on it, and then we starting going up. All the resistance that they tried to break down here, they didn't succeed. This was an uncertainty means, okay, followed by a big green candle and so on. And here, if we look at the weekly, there is only one red candlestick. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly, not much going on. So let's go back to the one that I usually use. So we will go to and speak about the general trend and Elliott waves later on. But I can give you a hint of what I think it was. This was Elliott wave 1, 2. This was a repeat of 2, 2. Sorry, a repeat of 1, 2. And then basically I simplified as 3, 4, 5. And then we were down here, A, B, C. And then now we are up here. So possibly this was wave 1, 2, 3. And then we will have some form of correction. Wave 3 could keep going a lot longer. Then we will have 4 and 5. And that a subdivision of probably wave 1. Okay, so then this will be wave 1 because I expect this cycle to be massive. But that's my opinion. Everyone has a different opinion, and I could be wrong, but I've been right for a few months now. And you should really play with it and have a look, and then don't follow people because they tell you so, but make up your own strategy, make up your own analysis, and only you are always the best judge for your money. That's my opinion and not financial advice, guys. um, I I hope you understand a bit more on candlestick now and how to see them, and the time frames are very important. Time frame, they give you a hint, they can remove all the noise and they can make it easier for you to understand, or they can go forward in time. You can go in the future by lowering the time frame and start seeing a bit quicker what's happening, if there is a change now or not. I hope that helps, guys.